Sorry, guys. We'll get started. We're a little bit late. Get going. Time tonight. When's that? Oh, you were? Sorry, I didn't. My watch Mary because she found this. Just come on in this time. So welcome, everybody. So I was looking back through notes and I ran across a quote by Albert Einstein. It's one of my favorites, and I know it, but it's always good to use the exact words that he used. He said that there are only two ways to live your life. One is though nothing is a miracle. The other is though everything is a miracle. Which way sounds more fun to you? So let's just start by going inside for a moment. So close your eyes. Just notice the miracle of your breath. You always breathe. You're always breathing, whether you notice it or not. Just give it all your attention at this moment. Just notice the cooler inhale. Warmer exhale. Then just turn your attention to the miracle of your heart. It's always beating. Whether you notice it or not. See if you can feel the heartbeat, not in your chest, maybe other parts of your body. And just turn your attention to the miracle of your spine. Let's lengthen it just a little bit. Hands to heart center. Just bow towards your heart. And we all notice the miracles that are always around us every day. Let's get started. So I'm going to have you grab your blankets and open them up like this. And then fold them in half, so it's kind of a fish stick side. And then fold that in half. And then let's just see what happens if you roll it up. I don't know if we're gonna do a heart opener on here, so if it's too high, you can roll it down a little bit. All the way up. You're gonna bring it to your mat, almost to the top, and bring a block there, and then watch me. How we're gonna set up. You're just gonna try and aim for the back of your heart. That. the roll. And then your head goes on the block. That's kind of a hard one. Guys. And if it feels like your head's leaning back too far, your knees bent until you feel somewhat comfortable with that position. And just notice your shoulders kind of rip off towards the side, and then see what happens if you extend the leg, but if you still feel pretty comfortable. Take a few breaths. Something to kind of open up there. We're going to do a few back bends today. So I wanted to give you a chance to just feel that heart opening. And then, just like you're going to make a snow angel, bring your hands so the palms face your hips down. And then as you sweep up, just go slow, your palms will turn up. And maybe you're going to have to hover the hands wherever it's comfortable. And then just keep going like that. Just sweeping and making your snow angel. Know that your blanket's in the right spot. Or do you prefer we wait for this day for you guys to be here? One more. And when your arms are up over your head, bring them straight up toward the ceiling and bend your elbows and just grab your elbows with your hands. A little bit of a knit in your ribs, so like your low ribs kind of don't just stick out. And then bring that whole configuration over your head like you're framing your head with your arms. Okay. Extend your arms and switch. So switch which forearm was in front of the other. It feels weird because you always want to do it a certain way. And bring them up and over in front of your head again. Laura, you're probably going to have to modify quite a bit today with your shoulder, but do what you can. And then bring the arms up. Bring your elbows down beside you. Press down. Come on, seated. Try and move with your heart coming on up. Sorry, Mary. No. Bend your knees again. And feel your sit bones and grab behind your knees. And again, just kind of lengthen up and let your heart come forward and then lean back. Pose. You can position parallel to the floor or extend the legs. If you're feeling it today, you can let go. Want to just warming up a little bit. Keep lengthening, lifting your heart. Curving your low back. Good. And then come back down. Bring your feet a little bit wider. Flex your feet. And you're going to bring your right hand to the side and reach your left hand or arm between your legs to find the little toe side of the foot. Yeah. And then here's what you're gonna do. You're just gonna round your upper back, tuck your chin, and press like you're stepping on the gas, and you'll stretch the back of your shoulder out. It's like you're leaning straight back. You're not gonna overstretch because you're doing it to yourself. Good. And then come on up and switch. Feels yummy, right? Thinking long side body, tuck the chin, round back, that shoulder stretch. I feel it all the way down the side of my body. Here down into the lower parts. Good. And then release. Oh. Okay, move your blanket to the side. And find your blocks. I'm going to have you come to medium height. And shoulder width. This is going to be a little weird, a little strange. You're just going to inhale, come to cow on the blocks. And exhale around to cat on the blocks. So it kind of makes you curve a little higher into your heart area. So keep going like that. Inhale, cow. One more time. Good, now just pause. Just turn your blocks to the lower height, just out to the side, so they're wider. And bring your hands on. Bring your knees a little wider, stretch your toes long. Keep pressing down on the blocks as you sit back to a child pose. So your shoulders are lifting. Running the collarbones apart. And feel this. And possibly bringing your forehead down. Keep pressing down. Yeah. Broaden your shoulders. Lift them back, so the scapular on the back, let your broaden them. A pretty deep stretch. Loosen the back of your neck a little bit. Draw your chin back. And then come on back up. Keep the blocks that lower height, but bring them back to shoulder width. And we're gonna do cat-cow again, so, but add in a little child's pose in between. So round to cat, sit back, and then inhale, slide into cow. And on the cat, sit back. Inhale. Let's do that 3 more times. And then when you're up on all fours, pause. Curl your toes. And just kind of walk your hand back so you can get back on your heels. Stretch out your quads a little bit. Good knees down. Yeah. So bring your knees a little closer and then I always have to kind of smooth my calves. And if you can't sit all the way back because of your toes, that's normal too. It's a deep stretch. Yeah. Now, Mary, chest pose on the blocks again. The rest of us are going to bring our hands to the blocks and come on up to downward facing dog. And stretch your shoulders. Good, and then step your feet wider and forward a little bit so you can round through your heels And come to downward facing dog. You're gonna feel it in the sides and in the heart a little bit. You can bend one knee and the other and just feel that. And face the thumbs back and up. Long spine. Back to rib cage. So rib cage is back, but then you can move your heart forward. And so that you can actually just let your head drop. 1, 2, but the long spine feeling. And then come forward a little bit, walk your feet forward in that wide position and come to a forward fold. So, yeah. And maybe I would go ahead and come on up standing. Bring your block. So on the highest height, and some of you might need an extra block on top. So having to put your head on it. Mine reaches to the block like this. And just press your head into the block and think, I'm going to let my heart come forward a little bit. You have to kind of play with what works best for you. Get a few breaths there. Then come up more like a front arm, so your spine's long, wiggle your feet hip distance together. Bend the knees, bring your hands on your knees. And it's a lot of forward folds. So feel strong through your feet and legs. Lengthen your spine and stretch your arms up. Grab your right wrist with your left hand. Feel shoulders on the back, that really nice long, don't scoop your tail forward, just feel big stretch. Come on now. And switch. Now I see what you were talking about, the cat hair. It's all over the place. Thanks. You need a little brushing, don't you? Oh, back one. Okay, let's get our blocks by our feet. Do a few sun salutes. Warm up a little more. So you just maybe, yeah, try and keep your head above your heart. Okay, that's the key. Up inhale. Exhale, hands stretch on everyone. And in this one, I want you to particularly think, okay, sit bones back, maybe behind heels, nice long spine, and then perhaps you can let your partner forward, your shoulders on the back. So it feels a little bit like a back one. And reach down, touch the blocks, and step your left foot back to deep lunge position. You've made our lifelong friend now, that Artemis is really loving her. Feel that deep lunge. Lift the heel a little bit higher, just the heel. Your hips square in front. Feel all 4 corners of your right foot grounded. And then see what happens if you bring your right hand to your hip crease and kind of move it back. And then see what happens if you brought your left elbow to your knee. Thinking long spine. Twist your right a little bit. You need to lower the back knee and bring the right hand to the left. Okay. breath. Please find. Step forward and switch. So right foot back. And lift in. Nice long spine. Gonna come to there now. Remind yourself that stay back. Think long connected spine, and then maybe the you can add the twist. Really connect through that back leg. Breathe. Mind. Step forward and switch again. So left foot back, lower the back knee. Bring both blocks to the inside, wiggle your right foot out a little bit. You can broaden the knee. I always turn my toes out so my kneecap and toes point the same direction. And then notice my hips square to the front. Yeah, good. And then walk your blocks forward a little bit. And maybe come down to the elbows. Yeah, make sure your blocks are right in front of your shoulders more. There you go. So you're really square to the front. So even a little bit wider. Like yeah. This is called humble pose. It's very humbling. I like it with the blocks. Not so intense. If you want more stretch though, you can lift the back knee. Just gonna warm up the legs. Lower the back knee again, hands to the blocks, and switch. So the blocks on the outside of the foot again. The foot is right in front of the hip crease. Lift the back knee, step forward, and switch. Lower the back knee first. Both blocks to the inside. You need to turn the foot up. So your foot will be to the outside of the block here. And you want to make sure your knee is right over your ankle. There you go. Think really long spine, hips stay square, and just see where it takes you. If you're really feeling open today, you want to go all the way you can, but I caution you to not round the lower back. Do it that way. I like it on the blocks for me today. Again, if you want to add more stretch, you can lift the back knee. Hug the heel towards the foot towards the heel. And breathe. Always good to breathe, right? Good, lower the back knee. Come up on your hands, wiggle back. And then back to all fours and just move your blocks forward for a moment. And bring your hands forward of your shoulders slightly. Come forward to a drilled plank pose. And I want you to think, okay, can I really lengthen my spine? Allow the shoulders to move, the scapula to move on the back. Broaden the collarbones apart. Lower down. Oh, good job. Stretch your feet long. Stretch your arms long. Forehead down. I like to start that way. And then think, okay, long side body. Lift the shoulders back. Keep the heart moving forward, but engage the rib cage back. If that makes sense. Then lift your head, lift your shoulders, possibly lift your feet. Lengthen, lengthen. Think heart opener. One more breath. And yeah. Hands by your chest. Now 3 times we're gonna do cobra. And I want you to think, okay, long spine, allow you to then bend into cobra. Don't scoop your tailbone. And we're on the exhale. 2 more times. Bend. Shoulders back, heart forward. And lower. Last time. Good. Curl your toes under. Push back to all 4s. And then keep going. Lift it down dog, except from here you do whatever works for you. And then step your feet to your hands. Forward fold. And grab the blocks again. And inhale, stretch all the way up towards you. Exhale. Keep going. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, hands over center at the top end. Thinking really long spine, but maybe allowing the heart to move forward a little bit. Reach down, touch the blocks. Forward fold. Inhale, pranam. I like to bring my hands to my chin. Extend your spine long. And exhale, forward fold. Step the right foot back to a deep plunge. And now lift the back heel super high, straighten the left leg. Be more like a pranam. So you're going to feel your hips square. Nice hamstring stretch. Okay, bend into the front knee. Step that back foot forward a good distance so that you can ground the heel down. And then straighten the front leg again. So the right heel and the right hip are in line, the left heel and the left hip are in line. And then just see what happens if you slowly come up to standing. See if you can feel weight in both. Yeah. So really have to hug to the midline, feel connection. Then I'm gonna give you 3 options here. You can bring your hands to your hips to feel that heart opening. You can interlace your hands, stretch your arms back to feel that heart opening. Or if you're really feeling open in your shoulders, you can do reverse namaste, which is that. Okay. Feel that connection, feel the length, how it helps you to open your heart, and then see if that pulls you forward a little bit again. Don't go far enough that you feel like you're going to fall over. Just feel a nice stretch. Shoulder, heart, hamstring. And do your hands, if they're bound, touch down, and the knees step forward. And switch sides from left foot back. You can always use a higher height on your blocks. Your hamstrings are tight with the back heel high, straighten the right leg. Ardha hamstrings tight. Feel the big toe mountain. Then front knee, step that back foot forward enough that we can ground it down. Really hug to the midline. Feel that. You always want to try and keep a curve in your low back. But get that long spine. long side body. And then whatever version of heart opener you're doing, hands fixed, and raised forward. Reverse something. Your shoulders allow. And then hugging to the midline, fold forward. I want you to feel stable. You have to feel like you can ground through that back heel. One more breath. You can notice, you can lengthen, and then undo your hand down, step forward with that. Move the blocks to the side for a moment, step back, downward, empty dog. We're not staying in downward dog too long, come forward to plank. Lower to the mat. Inhale, come up to cobra. Push back, downward dog. Step your feet to your hands, forward fold. Engage the blocks. Inhale. Extend your spine long. Exhale, fold. Now sleep. Notice the engagement of your legs and feet. Step your left foot back first time, round the back foot down. And just walk your blocks back so they're in the area of your hip. And if you have long arms like I do, you might have the lower height. If you have short arms, you might have a higher height. It's okay. I want you to hug to the midline. So hug the left knee forward, right heel back. And then bend a little deeper. And think, okay, nice long spine. Perhaps I lean back a little more on the heart forward. Yeah. That's when those pads are really nice. You can even push down with your fingers to lift your heart a little. So think long spine first. Don't let your head go back. Just think nice long back of neck. Lengthen all the way through the top of the head. And then you arc the whole thing. Forward. Walk the blocks back forward. Lift the back knee. And we're going to do the same thing, but in crescent pose. So bring your hands to your front knee. Come upright. Use that back leg. Keep them square. Let your arms just dangle. And think long, long, long spine. You can do this. Keep the long spine. Bend the back knee quite a bit. Think everything stays the same. And then arc back. And see what happens. Maybe you can straighten the leg more. You can always lower the back knee. And we'll touch. Step back, down dog. On the blocks. Good. And then step your left foot forward. Easier when the hands are on the blocks, right? Lower the back knee. Hug to the midline, walk the blocks back. Make sure your hips are square. Think long spine first. And then open up. A little bit more of a curve. You're not scooping your tailbone. The whole thing is a nice even arc. Walk the blocks forward. Lift the back knee. Again, just make sure that back leg is super engaged. That's gonna make it better for balance. Bring your hands to your front thigh. Lift up crescent. And just remind yourself, nice long spine. Connect it all the way up. And then maybe you can arc back a little bit. I don't want you to get pinchy at all. I want you to think just heart forward. I'm engaging my spine long and not letting my ribs go. Step forward. Inhale. Hold. Inhale, sweep and rise. How are we doing? Okay. Hopefully at home you guys are doing okay. I'm gonna put my hair up because I'm sweating. Wait for me, but you get a breather, right? Inhale. Up. Hold. Inhale, around. Exhale, hold. Step the right foot back, deep lunge. Lower the back knee. This time engage to Anjane, but use your arms if you want. I always have to think myself. My rib cage is moving back, so my bottom ribs don't stick out. Using all those muscles up and down my spine to open up. Good. Bring the hands to heart center. This time, don't have to put your hand there to remember to piece back. Twist, elbow to knee. Lift back knee. Come your feet up. Come upright, crescent. Oh, yes, good. Keep the hand by your side for a moment. Bend the back knee. Think, lift. Do a little back bend. Straighten the leg. Nice job. Step back. Down on the blocks. And switch. Thinking long spine first. And then I can add a little back bend. Stretching. Towards the knee, towards the heel. Good. Come upright. You have to keep a strong, long spine to be able to do the twist. So right hip crease back, twist to your right, elbow to the knee, possibly. If you want deeper, try and get the arm bent. Back toes curl under. Lift the back knee. Think really strong spine as you unwind. Come to crescent. Pause. Bend the knee so that you can really lengthen up. And then stand up and possibly straighten. Crescent warrior. One more breath. Good job. Step forward. Inhale, round. Hold. And sweep and line. Hands to heart center. When you lower your hands, close your eyes. It's a miracle she's getting us up. check in with all the miracles that your body is. How does it all work together? As my favorite biology teacher, Mr. Stufflebean, would say, all you have to do is look at how your body works. And you realize that there is a power greater than yourself at play in the universe. Open your eyes, stretch up. Pull forward, hands to blocks. And just bring the blocks forward, straight up from the outside of the feet. About 12 to 18 inches, I don't know. And then bend your knees, hands on your knees. I think it's easier to bend this way. You're going to step your right foot back to that Parsvottanasana with both legs straight then. Bring hands to heart center and come upright. Bend into your front knee, and as you do, lean forward, come up on the ball of your right foot, a really strong spine, and extend the right leg back for warrior three. Long, strong spine. Bring your hands to the blocks. Bend your left knee a little bit. And lift your right leg a little higher, and then re-straighten the left leg and fold forward. It's like standing split. Oh, good. Straighten the right leg. Nice. And then bend the knee and step forward. Okay, do the other side, but inhale, stretch up. Exhale, hands to heart center. I like to bend both knees to step that left foot back, and then I can re-straighten both to feel the square hips, feel the length of the spine, feel the connection. There's no back bending involved in this particular pose. Good, bend in the front knee, come up on the ball of the back foot, and then just keep going. See what happens. Warrior three. Find the blocks. Then the standing leg to then lift the left leg higher and maybe pull a little deeper. And come on down, forward fold. Widen your feet, come down to a deep squat. How are we doing? It's doing good. Running out of time, so I have to modify here. Come up to Uttanasana, slide the blocks back. And step your left foot back to lunge. We're going to try this and see how it goes. Lower your back knee. Back. Mash. Look at you. Out. Okay, now hug to the midline. You're going to keep your left hand. Actually, bring your left block higher. So you're upright more. We're going to stretch out our quad. Bend your left knee, reach back with your right hand and find the foot. And then hug knee to heel, heel to knee as you maybe draw it closer. You're going to grab the toe side. A little stretch here. Quad stretch. Gotta have open quads. Need it for like, you know, like. And release it. Okay, so well with that. Now switch. So you can either bring the hand on the block or the knee. We're gonna do it the other way. So bend the left knee, grab it. Really well, hopefully at home you're doing well. And unwind. Lift the back knee, step forward, and then switch. Lower the back knee. Right hand on the high block. Bend the right knee. Quad stretch. Hug. Knee to heel. Heel to full breath. Never let this hip come forward. That's why I have you hug. Good. And then switch. The right hand's going to find the right foot. Never stretch the quad enough. Keep your hips square. Keep a nice long spine. And then release. Okay, step back to all fours. You can move your blocks. Come on down to your neck. I haven't done this pose for a long time. It's called Dhanurasana or bow pose. I'm going to have you do one-legged bow first. So come up on your elbows. So your elbows are under your shoulders. Swivel your right arm in. Bend your left knee and find the foot again. And I'm just going to have you do, you can keep both legs super engaged. And then kick the foot back and lift the left knee up and think long spine. Heart comes forward, nice even bow in your back. Oh, good. And release. That feel okay? But you can do it. So come on down, switch. So swivel the left arm in and the right knee. Find the foot, kick back, and lift, and maybe next all up and down and down through the top of your head. Now, release it. We're going to do both legs at once. So here's how I start. I always start in my forehead. I can get a long back up now. Then I bend my knees. You might have to roll side to side a little bit to be able to find your feet. And then think, okay, rib cage back, long side body, shoulders back, long neck, kick back, and lift the head and chest up. Pick your feet back. Maybe you want to more stretch, you can lift the knees as well. Feel that nice long spine first. Start coming down. You can't have the feet, it's okay. Go ahead and push back. Oh, down is just kidding. And push back. So, and we have to come close to a wall. So there's lots of wall space. Come up to somewhere. Even if you go there, nobody will see you, but it wouldn't be the end of the world. And bring your blanket with too. You're gonna put it up to a wall like this. And then a little range. But you're gonna put your heels up against the wall with your toes curled under. Now, if that doesn't work for you, you can use blocks here instead of the wall and get a little further works for you, and then come up on your knees. Yeah. Your toes are. So we're gonna do camel pose. Feet are on the wall. Just bring your hands to your hips, kind of the outside of your hips. And think long side body. Think really nice long spine. So press down through your knees to lengthen up through the top of your head. A nice long back of neck. And then slowly lean back and see if your hands reach your heels. They do. Think broaden the clavicles. And then let your head come back so that it's against the wall. And then push your head into the wall to open your heart. It's really weird, but kind of good, right? Camel pose. That's okay, everybody? Try and get the top of your head. There you go. Forward. Shoulders back. There you go. That's it. Nice. Good. And then slowly come up. Beautiful. Wow. Okay. Now, just because it's fun, lay on your backs with your head close to the wall. Think really nice long back of neck. Your hands kind of pressing. Actually, do this. Grab the edges of your mat, and you can fold down and wide, and just feel your heart lift. So the sits bones are down. Feel that curve in your low back, but it's connected because you're really long. Good. Now find your feet right on your knees. Lift your hips. Come to Pratyabandha. Broaden the collarbones. Nice long back of neck, and then have to tell yourself that. Lift your chin a little bit. Good. And then lower down. You guys are all seeing the screen. Good. Want to go further and try a back bend, you can, because you're warming. So if you're against the wall, you want to use blocks. The deal is you want your all your fingers to be off the edge of the block. It's a little bit easier. And all I want you to do is push into do just like we did, Pratyabandha, and then lift to the top of your head. What happens? I should be holding blocks. Yeah. One. Guys can see. So your hands are not much wider than that. There you go. Good. And then those that some of you at home want to do a full back, and you know it. If you do, you can. And that's all of them. Today. Oh, that's what you do. Grab your blanket and unwind it so it looks like this. And then fold it underneath. And then you're gonna lighten up the wall. You should feel really good. Yeah. So what you're gonna do is sit on the blanket and then pick your butt, kind of lay down, and then just move your legs up. And I want your pelvis to be on the blanket, but your tailbone to be off the blanket, so you kind of keep that natural curve. And then put your knees up the wall. That's it. It's hard to get close enough. Okay. Everybody good? The blanket's always an issue, but it feels good once you have it there. Now try this. Bend your knee, bring your feet kind of together. It's like Baddha Konasana on the wall. You don't have to form a lot. I like to keep my foot flexed because of my ankles. Feels better for me. Just play with it. It's you. And then just stretch your right leg up. Bring your left ankle across the thigh. Press your heel into the wall so you don't hyperextend that right leg. And think long spine, open the left knee towards the wall. Notice how my foot's super active, both feet are super active. So I just want to feel it in my left hip. Maybe in your hamstring a bit. And then switch, left foot up, right ankle across. Switch the right hip. And then go ahead and stretch both legs up the wall. Legs up the wall. Nausea, dizzy. I think it's okay. Yeah. Maybe there for 2 more minutes, and then I'm going to give you the option of scooching back and coming to regular Shavasana. Your hamstring screaming at you. It's a good option if your feet are falling asleep. Sometimes that's what happens to me. Fall asleep. It's always nice to scooch back for regular Shavasana. comfortable here, please stay. But if you'd like to scooch back, just lay for regular Shavasana. So now. Just grab on to some miracle that's happening in your body right now. It really is amazing the way all the cells work together. Your beautiful body alive, working to hopefully keep you healthy. Just notice the breath. Heartbeat. Brain slowing thoughts down. I'd like to share a thought from Louise Hay. Something to think about. Just as all the excuse me, just as all the stars and planets are in their perfect orbit in divine right order, so am I. The heavens are in perfect alignment, and so am I. I may not understand everything that is going on with my limited human mind. However, I know that on the cosmic level, I must be in the right place at the right time, doing the right thing. Positive thoughts are what I choose to think. This present experience is a stepping stone to new awareness and to greater glory. And again, miracle of your breath. So allow your lungs to open. Allow just a little bit deeper up inside. Ready? Bend your knees to all length. If your legs are at the wall, bend your knees. And carefully roll to the right side. If you're laying flat, draw your knees in and roll to the right side. Then very carefully shut up to it. And on your blanket. Take your time. Enjoy a few moments in your inner world. Thanks to Heart Center. Appreciate you guys so much trying all these crazy things. I appreciate it. And I bow to the light, each of you, miracle of each of you. Namaste. And I have a favor to ask before we part today. My husband and I planning to go to Okoboji this weekend, and he wants to leave Thursday night. So I think I'm just gonna be online on Friday. So if you, that's okay, I'll just be online. And for those of you that don't have to join the link. Hopefully that works for you guys at home. Thanks for being here today. We lost somebody.
Thanks, Lisa. You said
Yeah,
online only on Friday. Is that what you said?
just on this Friday. Yep.
Okay.
We're going to Okoboji, so maybe I'll show you the lake somehow.
Okay.
Okay,
Thanks. Bye.
thanks. Bye.
Thanks, Lisa. Bye-bye.
Bye.